Set it up all good. Am I straight? Oh, it looks good. So, yeah, that should be fine. All right. Let me see. All right. Can we hear me? Can we see me? Are we good? Can we hear and see me good? I want to know. I'm doing pretty good, man. How are you? Hey, what's going on, Nep? Okay. Let's see if you're familiar people. Hey, how you doing, Nisat? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Um, I got some things done today. Not everything I wanted, but still a good amount. Can't complain too much. Just bought the interview, and my God, it's good. I told you. Of course it is. I wouldn't lie to you guys. Congratulations on getting the interview light, though. Make sure you go over it more than once. Very, very important. Make sure you go over it more than once. The more you go over it, the better. You internalize all the information and it becomes a true part of you. But yeah, I'm not surprised you think it's good. It was designed to be. But make sure you use it though. It's very important. I know the information in there is mind blowing. I know it's like a bunch of epiphanies hitting you at the same time. But make sure you actually use the information. That's where the real transformation comes in. You can hear and see me good. Excellent. I'm happy about that. I'm doing pretty good, Sammy. How you been? You know, we out here chilling. We're doing our thing. You know what time it is. It's time to, drop some good game. Do our thing on here. Talk about social dynamics, evolutionary psychology, behavioral science, game, pickup, this ism, as it is called. Let's get to doing that. Let's ask our questions, and I will be answering them as much as I can, as well as I can, with 10 plus years of experience. Almost 11 years of experience now in a few weeks. So yeah, let's get it. Let's go. Hey, TikTok Zion is back. That's good. How you doing, Philip? Bro, I write in my notes as much as I can with the interview. Good. Please do. Thank you. Very good. Write as much as you can. You might want to keep like a recording of some kind. You might want to, be able to lift some of the videos, video record, whatever you want to do. But yeah, keep it on you as much as you can. Go over the information as many times as you can. I know what you mean. You're fine, dude. Autocorrect can be a bitch sometimes. Have you watched Sunny Boy? What's Sunny Boy? No. Gonna schedule a call to him? Go ahead. Hear from you soon. Shout out to everyone that I talked to this week so far. And shout out to everyone else that is scheduled for a call with me in the coming days. Big time updates. How you doing, Ryu? Let me know. Cue balls in the house. That's good. That's good. I was thinking about going on YouTube as well, but I don't like the quality I'm getting on my camera on that one. So, but I'll figure that out later. For now, we're gonna be on TikTok. Would you date a woman who has a best friend that she says can go to the beach with, but sleep in different rooms? She has I'm guessing, a male best friend, and she wants to go to the beach with him, and she wants to sleep in different rooms. You're asking the wrong question. It's not whether I would date a woman with that situation or not. I clearly wouldn't. The question you should be asking is, if that is the girl you're dealing with, how do you get her to realize that doing something like that is not only a terrible mistake but just a bad decision as far as your relationship goes? And the answer to that question is to make yourself so important to her that she's willing to make that change for you. That is the ultimate answer with all things, women. Like, it's women, dude. Like, they're gonna do things that are goofy. It's part of their biological makeup. They're gonna do things that I call them short-term selfish, right? They benefit them and benefit them right now, but they're not really thinking about it in a consequential way. They're not thinking about it past tomorrow, past next year, past the next 10, 20 years. They're not really thinking in those terms. They're thinking about what makes them feel good right now. The problem with prioritizing what makes you feel good right now is that, one, it clearly makes you impulsive. That's the very definition of impulsivity. But two, it makes you really bad at consequential thinking, right? So there'll be many things your girl will do, especially when it's a brand new girl you're dealing with. There'll be many things she does that has that lack of consequential thinking to it. You can't be mad at it. You can't really allow yourself to not be patient around it. But it is something you do have to learn to address. And the first step to doing that is to be in the position to address it. I keep telling you guys, and this is something I just explained in the last episode of the compliance series, right? It's not what you do, and it's not how you do it. It's who you are. That's the most important thing when it comes to women, is making sure you are in a position of power and authority over her to be able to effect those changes correctly. I mean, that's what power is, right? Power is the dynamic ability to cause changes. You don't have the dynamic ability to cause changes if you're not in a position to. So get the power first. When you have that, then you can start executing all these changes. And the changes will not only make sense for you in the relationship, it'll make sense to her. But that's even more important, right? So do without that information what you must. Let's see. I got one. How to figure out who the work husband is. Is that what you mean? It doesn't matter. What you should be more worried about is making sure that you are the most important and consequential man in her life. If you are that man, then you don't have to worry about any other man in any other picture. The work husband, the gym partner, the personal trainer, all those things become, distractions. They become an unnecessary part of her life when she sees you as the most consequential man in her life. Right? I don't think people understand that yet, that when a woman really likes you, and she's truly deeply in love with you, when she's bought into your program, so to speak, completely, every other man becomes completely invisible. It doesn't matter. They don't feel the same way. They don't make her feel as intensely. They don't matter as much. They just don't. So I'll be a lot less worried about the work husband and a lot more worried about the fact that she feels the need to get one. You feel me? That's what you should be worried about. Doing one of my dates have been going bad. Okay, you're going through a plateau situation. Very good. Let's see if you can identify the problem you're having. It's an anime, really good. Don't watch it when you're high. I don't ever get high, so that's not a problem for me. What did you call it, Sunny Boy? Let me go up and see what you called it. Sunny Boy? Okay, fair enough. I'll keep that in mind, Sunny Boy. Hey, what's going on, Fish Army? Welcome. After the date with Monica, I felt destroyed mentally and emotionally. Ooh, what happened? How did your character get tested today? How you doing, Profilo? Welcome. But to give you the conclusion before I tell you what happened, I crashed and burned the entire situation and probably won't see her again. Damn! That bad? My brother, what did you do? That was like a solid situation with that girl. How the hell did you... I'm gonna read that later. Oh my god. Bro hit me with the, you're probably wondering how I got here. Opener. Alright, fair enough. How you doing, Gabzino? How you doing, man? So should you mirror her communication? No. I always tell people that's bad advice you get from other dating coaches when they say, shit like match her energy or mirror her communication, talk like a woman. The idea is to understand women, but not to talk like them. Right? It's like when they say with that Tyler Perry movie, think like a man but don't act like one. Same logic here. Understand how women think. Understand what they prioritize, how they value things, what type of emotions they like to feel the most. But don't communicate emotionally. You're the man, end of the day. So I'm not saying that you have to be completely logical. I'm not saying you have to be a robot about it. You can definitely be charming, you can be playful, you can be charismatic. But do not allow yourself to descend into feminine speak. That is for them. That is for them. Allow them to get away with that, but that's not something you should be looking forward to. No. Let's see. How do I become a strong and attractive man? You do strong and risky things. The only way to build strength of any kind is to push through resistance, right? When you go to the gym and you want to get physically stronger, what do? You pick up heavy shit, and you progressively overload on the heavy shit you pick up, right? You make sure that the shit you picked up the day before is lighter than the shit you pick up the next day, and then the day after that is heavier, the day after that is heavier. Maybe not that consistently, but over time you should be picking up heavier shit for more reps, because the more resistance you put on yourself, the stronger you are, and the more of that resistance you can push back on, right? The same thing applies with growing stronger spiritually, psychologically, mentally, emotionally, and otherwise. You push past more resistance. So you want to become strong and attractive, and which, by the way, is redundant to say, right? Like, strength is attractive. Like, attractiveness of all kind comes down to strength. So you're really just asking me how to get stronger, and you get stronger again by pushing past resistance. Go and do some hard shit. Go and do some shit that scares you. Go and do things that make you question yourself, doubt yourself, make you think that you maybe cannot do it, or you doubt your ability to do it. Those are the things that make you stronger for sure. And do them in every area of your life. Go and solve that particular problem that's been mentally challenging you. Go through those emotions that you've been scared to go through, the anxiety, the heartache, the confusion. Go through those. In whatever scenario or situation you might decide to put yourself in to do that. And cast out those demons so you can get stronger spiritually. You're only as strong as the level of demon you can cast out, right? So keep that in mind. Got questions there. Is there, hold on, I'm guessing I'm reading that correctly. There's this girl, okay, I'm reading it correctly now. There's this girl we planned a date for next week. Do I still keep texting her away? You wait, and then you don't text her until the day before the date or 2 days before the date. And the reason you want to do that is because you don't want to keep giving her the privilege of your time and attention before the date happens. A big part of why women want to come see you in person on a date is because they're genuinely curious to know who you are. If you keep talking to them over the phone, you kind of kill that curiosity, right? So you want to do your best to minimize your communication to just logistics. You've already talked logistics at this point. You've already set up the date. You already know where you're going to be. You already know what time you're going to get there, all that good stuff. So from now on, it's just to either confirm the date or, make changes to the date, whatever suits you. What I like to do is I confirm the date by making changes to the date. So I'll say something like, the day of the date, not the date, the day before the date, or maybe 2 days before the date, I'll be like, listen, something came up. I might not be able to make it as early as I thought. Maybe we planned for like 6:30 or something. I always like to set my dates up like in the evening, so that by the time we go into whatever establishment we go into, it's bright outside. By the time we come out, it's dark outside. It's like time warping. It's time bridging. Old school pickup concept. Basically, it makes her feel like she spent more time with you than she actually had outside. It's like time warping. It's time bridging. Old school pickup concept. Basically, it makes her feel like she spent more time with you than she actually has when she spends daylight and nighttime with you at the same. I digress. The point is, if I set the time for 6:30, I'll tell her, listen, something came up, blah blah. I might not make it as early as I thought I would. Let's shoot for 7 o'clock or 7:30, and that in itself achieves two different things. One, it shows you have seriousness for the day you want to see her, which is ideal for especially girls that feel like they might not deserve you. And if you're me, that's a problem you were experiencing in your game. And two, it also does in a way help to solidify the date so she doesn't flake. So if she does want to flake, that's a good opportunity for her to tell you, like, oh, by the way, about that, listen, I actually can't make it, blah, blah, blah. And if you didn't do anything right to that point, then that'll be her out, right? That'll be her opportunity to get out there. But if you did everything right to that point, then she'll go, oh, okay, that's fine, sure. Or she might even decide to throw in her changes. Oh, actually, can we do this location instead of this location? Because some things happen for me too. I have changes on my side. Maybe we can make it more convenient by going here instead of there, and then you can go from there. And then, I mean, any girl that's doing things actively to make sure that she sees you is a girl that wants to see you, like, obviously, right? So it's never a bad thing if those changes happen. So yeah, keep that in mind. That's how you should be running it in general. But she didn't text like usual. Isn't she supposed to be, I don't know, may you please humble me? Humble you for what? That is like, I feel like this is the second time this is happening, user XXX. You'll write a bunch of stuff, but then TikTok takes away the first part. I only see the second part, but she didn't text it like usual. Write that first part again, but do it in like a really PG way so TikTok doesn't flag it and take it away, you know? Hey man, am I late? No, I just got here, man. You're good. I just got here. How you doing, by the way, San Andreas? What's up? When my ex spins the block on me, what should I say or do to build attraction? You don't need to be building attraction. That's not your goal in that scenario. What you should be focusing on is getting her to put in the amount of work she needs to earn your attention back. So I don't know the particular, situation that you have. I don't know how the breakup happened or anything like that. But I'm guessing if you're so sure that she's the one that's gonna spin back, that somehow she was the one that fucked up. And she would probably be coming back to you for some kind of retribution or as an apology, whatever. In which case, make her put some action behind her apology, right? Tell her to take you somewhere, do something nice for you, buy something for you, whatever the hell you like. I don't know you. I don't know what you prefer. But whatever would make your life more convenient, get her to do it. And then from there, you can tell her you'll think about allowing her to be back in your life. But the point is you want to make sure that she knows that there's a barrier to entry to just come back into your life. It's not just, I'm going to text him and have a phone call with him and everything's going to be fine. She has to feel like she put in work to get back on your good side. Okay? Very important. BO, can you talk, BO, does that mean something? Can you talk about IG profile setup in detail? I talk about this in like the the digital pre-selection course that's coming out soon. It's going through its final like stages of editing right now, and then it's going to be out. But to touch on that real quick, think about it like this. Your digital presence is a way to showcase things about yourself that you want her to know. Things about yourself that are attractive, obviously, but things about yourself that she can imagine experiencing when she's in front of you. So essentially, when you're building your IG profile, for instance, or Facebook or whatever the fuck, you want her to have an immersive 3D experience, even though she's looking at you through a screen. Because that is the hardest part of dealing with like online or social media in general, is that people see you a certain way because they only have a 2D perspective of you. Your job is to be as human and as multidimensional in your personality as possible so that she can see you as a real life person and have a 3D experience with you. When I say 3D experience with you, I mean an all-encompassing experience, right? It's not just that there's this thing you are and there's that thing you are, and she can boil you down to one or two words. You want her to have at least 3 sentences long when she's trying to describe you in her mind. So when you look at it from that point of view, you want to build your IG profile top to bottom in such a way that it shows different aspects to you. No two photos back to back should be necessarily the same. It's cool to have one niche stuff if you're having like a business that you want to run or you want to build some kind of online brand or personality, sure. But if you just want to be attractive, the best way to do it by far is split yourself up into, I want to say, 7 to 10 different things about you that you genuinely think are attractive and, show personality, and then have different ways, different mediums, videos, pictures, blah, blah, to show off those different aspects of yourself, right? Like, for instance, you'll have a lot of guys that go to the gym, and then because they only go to the gym and that's all they are about, that's like the main thing in life, they just take a bunch of photos in the gym or flexing in the mirror or shirtless or doing whatever exercise in the video. Again, great for if you want to run a business and you want to be a personal coach. But if you want to be an all-encompassing individual, a multi-dimensional individual, a 3D immersive experience to her, that's not enough. So you want to show different aspects to yourself. So show yourself at the gym, sure, but then show yourself somewhere else that isn't necessarily gym related. Show yourself when you're at home prepping meals for when you're, trying to get your macros up, your proteins in there. Show yourself getting into a weird situation maybe while you're shopping for your particular produce. Show yourself getting protein shake or, pre-workout powder all over yourself, which is funny, humor side to you. You don't have to go overboard with it or show parts of yourself that aren't real, but you definitely have to show different parts of yourself. I would say that's the most important thing when building an IG profile, okay? The world is a substantially better place with you in it. I love you. God bless you. Thank you. I love you too. I've been tricking on this woman for a while, and she says we could have gone all the way, but every time I'm with her, she won't even let me touch her. How do I stop the games? It just sounds like she doesn't like you, honestly. It just sounds like she's stringing you along for your attention. If I had to guess, you're spending a lot of time on the phone with her, texting her back and forth, or whatever the fuck. It sounds like a textbook draining you of your time and attention type of scenario, right? So withdrawing your attention and time. That if at all she does like you a little bit, the solution is still the same. Withdrawing your time and attention for about a week and then see how she responds. Okay? Keep that in mind. A day or two before. Yeah. Whichever you want. Depending on how close you are to the day, you said you did it for the next week. Okay, do it for the day before. That's fine. Haven't found any good advice on figuring out who the work husband is. I am highly suspicious. Oh, I am. Sorry, I read that wrong. I'm highly suspicious of my girl. Again, like you're focused on the wrong thing, my friend. You're focused on the wrong thing. And if you are highly suspicious, then honestly, she's probably already cheating on you. Because cheating only happens when you make it happen. That's kind of the beauty about how cheating works with men. Because your relationship is controlled. It started and it's maintained by your mind as the man. You are the leader, and you're the thought leader of your relationship. If you're already suspecting her of cheating on you, then you're pretty much manifesting it. It's already happening. Like, she's definitely cheating on you. Even look at the way you're wording the question. You want to figure out who the work husband is, right? You're not asking me if she has one or how to figure out if she has one. You're asking me who it is. So you already have accepted in your mind she's cheating on you. So she is, essentially. That's how this game works, man. If you start behaving differently and you start acting differently and thinking differently, then she'll behave differently. Even if there's a work husband there, she'll notice the changes in your behavior and be like, wait a minute. What am I doing? This guy's amazing. I should focus all of my time and attention on him. All right, but again, something to keep in mind. You're probably too far gone to even understand what I'm saying right now, but hopefully you got some value out of that. I'm with her. She won't even. I already read that one. By the way, I got loads of opinions and questions on the last compliance video you made. I bet. I kind of left it at a cliffhanger there, but I did that on purpose. It kind of goes into the next series, so wait on that. Bro, can you give some type of timeline for first kiss, first sex, and etc.? Nah, it's not a timeline thing. I keep telling you guys, when it comes to, it's all things in general, but in game in particular, when we talk about timing, it's not about a specific period of time. It's about condition. It's about certain things have happened, therefore you can now fire this. So, for instance, with the first kiss, I've had situations where I didn't kiss a girl until the second date. Something happened, situations went bad, I did something wrong on the first date, blah, blah. I couldn't kiss her until the second date happened. I've also had situations where, one of the girls I'm with right now, we literally kissed on the very first approach. Like, the day I approached her, we talked for 4 minutes, I got her number, I stayed to keep talking for another 8 minutes, at the end of that we were making out. And then we ended up meeting up on our like first official date like 4 or 5 days later, right, on a Saturday. So what was the difference between those situations? I got to I got past the list of conditions that need to happen for the first kiss to happen a lot quicker in the second than in the first. But ultimately, those things need to happen. And those things are essentially making sure that there's attraction between the two of you, like there's mutual attraction, and it's already been stated, it's been said. The frame has been set, and she's accepted the frame as you're attractive, you find her attractive, and she finds you attractive back. Whenever that happens, whether it's in the first minute or the first hour or the first week, then you can kiss her. Now, having good game obviously is the ability to make that happen quicker, make that happen at your own, free will and volition. And here I am kissing them usually on the third or second date. Exactly. So, again, I've had that happen to me several times. But the better you get at it, the more you realize, oh, you don't even have to wait that long. You just have to create the situation, the scenario, a lot faster, right? It really is like a video game. That's why it's called game, right? It's like playing a video game, like an adventure game, where you can't cross a door until you found all 3 keys in the room, right? Type shit. I'm sure there's a few games that you've played before that kind of go along with that same kind of thing, right? You got to pass this door, and there's no way you can't break it, you can't destroy it. You have to get the keys, and the keys are scattered and hidden all around the hall, the room, wherever you are. Some guys will find those keys in 3 minutes. Some other guys will get so stuck in that situation they'll have to go online and find the forum for the game to figure out where the keys are, and that'll take them hours. You see what I'm saying? But ultimately, it's not about when to do it. It's how fast you get the keys done. You see how that works? Same thing with the first date. Just understand, first kiss, first sex, first everything, it all comes down to meeting certain conditions. That is it. The same conditions you meet for the first kiss is pretty much the same with the first time you get naked with her. The difference is the sex location. That's the only barrier to entry from kiss to sex. Is you're kissing, sexual attraction has been established. You've agreed that you find each other attractive. What makes it okay to now fuck is where you are. Simple as that. So the moment you go from public scenario, sexual attraction, to private scenario, sexual attraction, sex happens. But again, it's all about condition. Not when, but creation of the situation and the opportunity. So what are the conditions for kissing? All right, okay, let me try to go through everything as much as I can. Again, sexual attraction. That's the first thing. Establish that, obviously. There has to be some degree of comfort. And when I say comfort, I mean she has to see you as a human being. Whenever I say when a woman sees you as a human being, that is a natural problem you should have if you've created psychological positioning first. Okay, so let's even start with that. First things first, like let's go all the way to the beginning. She has to see you as better than her. Right? That's how game works. It's demonstrating that you are the person with more power in the conversation, right? Which is what then gives you the opportunity to inject tension and set the frame and all those other amazing things. But she has to see you as the validation she has to chase. You have to be her source of validation. Step one. She has to see you as someone she has to qualify herself to. All right? Okay. After that, and you create the tension and all that happens naturally, you set the frame. Then you have to establish a frame where she knows that you are the sexual commodity she's chasing. That's why I keep telling you guys to consistently and continually say things throughout your conversation like, yo, get your hands off me. Listen, I know I'm sexy, but you can't touch me like that. You gotta ask for permission first, right? Or she says something and you misinterpret that to mean interest from her, sexual interest from her. Why do you play around with stuff like that? Why do you say things like that? Why do you tease her for trying to flirt with you even though she just said something normal? Like a girl just goes, I really like your hair. And I go, damn, relax. Whoa, chill. You can't get me naked yet. I am a child of God. Why do you make jokes like that? Because you want to inject in her mind on a subconscious level that she sees you as the person she's chasing. And you're treating yourself as someone that's almost tired of being chased. Like, oh, don't talk to me like that. Listen, I get it. I'm sexy. I know you want to see me naked, but chill out for a second, okay? Let me get to know you first. And that leads into the next condition. Make sure she gets to know you a little bit. Because when you show and demonstrate yourself as that hot commodity that she's chasing, A natural byproduct that happens there is a disconnect. Like she's gonna feel like she doesn't deserve you. You becoming more human to her. You building comfort with her, as they say, and you do that again by just being normal with her, telling her a story about yourself is one way about it. Talking about her day or your day in the most mundane, most boring way possible is another good way to build comfort. Just having a normal conversation to show her that you have the ability to just vibe with her. That in itself will solve that problem of being too high in her mind. So, psychological positioning creates the problem of her thinking, "Oh, this guy's too good for me." Creating comfort, building comfort is what makes her go, "Okay, he is too good for me, but I think he is somewhat attainable to me." And when that happens, then now you have the right for seduction. Now you've earned the right to actually attempt sexual intercourse with her. That's when you can start going with and saying things that are like a little bolder. And then you can start saying stuff like, "You know what? You really are one of the sexiest things I've ever seen. Do me a favor, stand up, turn around for me." You might not have been able to say that at the beginning of the conversation, when she didn't know you were better than her, when she didn't know you were, someone that had a human side to you. But now that you've crossed those two barriers to entry, you can now enter the stage where you can be like, "You know what? Do me a favor, pop a titty out for me." Right? It might sound crass in the beginning, but at this point, perfectly fine. And then when you have that, the next part after that is just like sex location. Just take all that you're doing now, all the sexual tension flying all over the place, and then just put it in a private location. Boom. Now you're having sex. That's pretty much it. By the way, a part of creating that sexual tension is literally being like, "Oh, by the way, it's kind of weird we haven't kissed each other yet. Come here, give me a kiss." Right? It's all part of it. It's all part of it. People ask me all the time, like, "How do you kiss a girl? And they expect me to give them these like hitch-like advice, like lean in and then you have her lean. Like, fuck all that. Literally tell her, like, "Come here. You say you like me, right? You say you find me sexy, right? Oh, okay, cool." And again, she's gonna say yes because you've established that. You've already established that. That's already been agreed. Then you go, "You find me sexy? You haven't kissed me yet? What the fuck is wrong with you? What are you shy? Come here. Come give me a kiss. Come sit on my lap." Every date I've been on in the last 5 years has been the exact same. "Come sit on my lap. Come sit next to me. Come give me a kiss." I don't go, "Oh, let me try for it and see what happens." I never do that. I just go, "Oh, yeah. I called you sexy, right? You called me sexy back? Okay, that makes sense. Come here. Come sit on my lap. Sit that booty on my lap right now." And then from there, it's just boom, 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 boom. Just lead everything the whole way. But yeah, that's pretty much how it works. The neediness factor changed everything for me. Did it? Interesting. I knew this day would come. I didn't think it would come this quickly, but I knew this day would come. Your neediness has caught up to you, my friend. But it's fine. I'm happy you're having this plateau. Solve it for now. Get over it. Let's see. Appreciate it. No problem, man. No problem. Why? Good morrow, good up. How ought thee? I'm in the gym, so I'll be listening to your cute voice. Oh, I appreciate you, Pookie. How you been though, Jet? What's going on? Let's see. By the way, Jet, you should be a mod by now, shouldn't you? Jet's been here a while. What to do, man? How you doing, John Jones? John Jones. How you doing, man? I see what you did there. Can you answer my question? Sure, man. Why not? You should probably just like ask the question instead of asking me if I can answer your question. It'll just be faster that way. Does the saying "not kissing is weird" also work for sex? Pretty much, yeah. Especially once you get to a certain point. With sex, there's like a point of no return. So if you don't cross that hump, you have a lot of work to do the next time you want to try again. So yeah, go through it. Brother, what's going on, Fish Army? Essentially, everything went well. I made her arrive. Was escalating into that. Okay. And she asked me to leave her apartment. Ooh. Wait, hold on. There's a disconnect there. There's a massive disconnect. There's something that happened in between you're not telling me. What happened between it was going that good and then she asked you to leave her apartment? Something happened there. What is it? I think the best way to set up a date is approach, ask the number, then after some days call and set up the date. What do you think? Terrible. That used to work in the 80s, 90s, where it made sense to go that long without using a number you just got, right? Back then, getting a girl's number was a big deal because mobile phones didn't even exist. But now, where mobile phones do exist, bitch, you better be texting her within the first hour of getting the number, I would say, right? It's too many distractions happening in the world. And unless you had a solid first interaction, there's a good chance she's genuinely going to forget you, right? This is why I keep telling you guys, getting the number is one thing. The way you get the number is even more important, because you have to become as consequential as possible in her mind as soon as possible. I read everything out as you're reading. Hopefully you can figure out what the disconnect was. Oh, okay, fair enough. Back to what I was saying. You want to make sure you're making it as much and as big of an impact upon the approach, so that way it solidifies the number. If something amazing happens during the pickup, during the approach, then the rest of getting her number, talking to her over the phone, texting her, all that stuff will be very easy, because all that stuff will be like a formality to seeing you again, because clearly she wants to, because the first time she met you, she enjoyed herself. It was a massive emotional impact to her. She had an amazing experience with you. Cool. Now, if you didn't have that impactful an experience at first, you have to now do a lot of overcompensating to make sure that you see her again, because it's slim chances to none at that point, right? So practice good habits. Make sure you use the number as quickly as possible, or else you will be forgotten. And again, when I'm talking about competition for our time and attention, it's not just other guys. It's Netflix, it's TikTok, it's all the different apps he scrolls on a daily basis. You're just that, another notification in her drop down menu. So keep that in mind and compete effectively. Okay. Also, real quick, how do you know you're at the point of no return with sex? What are the conditions? It really depends on the logistics, but I would say a good way to know is if you're in the sex location and there is sexual tension in the air and you're pretty much already making out and stuff, right? It'd be kind of weird if you're already making out, doing all those amazing things, and then it doesn't happen for whatever reason. That's bad, because like you're that close and it doesn't happen. Very bad. Let's see. I'm left undelivered for almost even 2 weeks after the whole father situation I told you about. Oh, I see. I remember that. Well, time to talk to other girls. Talk to other girls. Her dad probably took her phone or some shit. You didn't think about that? That was a possibility? Probably. I don't think it's a disinterest on her part. I really don't. I think her dad might have just taken her phone, most likely the situation. Let's see. Hey, what's going on, Lima? Jay Lima. How you doing, man? Is it Lima or Limsa? I keep forgetting. It's Lima, right? But how to beat the competition, as you said. Again, making massive impact up front. You have to say and do things in the beginning of the approach, the interaction, that makes you stick out in her mind, right? And the best way to do that is emotional stretching. Positive and negative emotion at the same time. This is why push-pulls are very important. She will remember for the rest of her life, especially if she's beautiful. She will remember the guy that walked up to her and said, "You have the most beautiful resting bitch face I've ever seen." She will remember that guy. She will. Right? She will. She'll remember the guy that had the balls to tease her. She'll remember the guy that told her, wait, before I save your number, tell me how many cats you own. Because no other guy does that. Right? This is what a lot of my game is centered around, is making you as unique and experienced as possible by doing things other guys just won't think to do. Right? Making her telling you, English is so hard today. Making her qualify herself, right? Before you save her number in your phone, like you're literally there and you're like, all right, what's your number? Okay, that's correct. Okay. Oh, hold on. Before I save it, you got to tell me though. Crocs or sandals? And the answer will determine if I delete this number or not. You better give me the right answer. You going through that little routine is something she's never gone through before and probably never will in her life. No other guy stops mid-saving her number to do that. Because every other guy sees the number as the holy grail. Oh, I'm just take this number, save it, and then run away. And then you just pumping the brakes on that, it sets you apart instantly. You taking the number, putting your phone back in your pocket, and then continuing to talk to her for another 8 minutes. She will never forget you. Because again, every other guy takes the number, I'm off. Actually, B took her phone. She stopped posting and shit. Oh yeah, that makes sense. See, back to what I was saying. You putting your phone back in your pocket and continuing to talk to her is something that she's never experienced before. Because every other guy does what? Takes a number. Okay, I'll talk to you later, and then runs away. Right. So you standing there and just continue to talk to her, ask her questions, qualify her. It makes you stick out in her mind. It does. All these things, they help. They really do. They might seem small or inconsequential, but they not only help, but you'll be surprised how hard it is. Most of it is to do for most men. Right? Most men do not stick around after they take the number because they don't want to deal with the anxiety of it. They want to feel the relief of being like, I got the number, and then running away, and then wondering why they text her later and she doesn't respond. You're forgettable, right? You're not consequential to her. You made no impact. But you standing there, like, bro, here's one thing I like to do, especially if I approach a girl in the group. I take her out of the group, I get the number, I go, all right, let me go ask your friends about you, because I'll text you later, maybe, but let me go see if your friends think highly of you. And I take her back to her friend group, and I go back to keep talking to them for another, like, 20, 30 minutes, if I can spare, right? I'm a busy guy. But the point is, she just watched me take her number like it was nothing, go back to her friends to qualify her some more. What do you think is going to happen in her mind when she leaves that situation? Right? She's done gossiping about me to her friends. That guy was interesting. That guy was amazing. Da, da, da. And she's by herself in her bed with her phone in her hand. What do you think she's thinking? She's thinking, holy shit, I hope this guy texts me back. I hope he texts me back. And then I might take my time. Who knows? What do you open groups with? I literally go with anything. I don't really care. I'll usually go with a situational thing, or I'll go with my 3 favorite lines for groups. So my 3 favorite lines for groups. Should I even give you all 3 or guys? Fuck it. The first one, I'll go up to them and be like, are you guys sisters? Are you twins? And it works even better if it's a multi-racial group. So if, let's say it's a group of like 2 white girls, 2 black girls. I will literally point at one of the white girls, one of the black girls, and be like, are y'all twins? And it's funny every time. Why is it funny every time? Because, I mean, obviously they're not twins. All right, so that's one opener. Another thing I can do is just like, excuse me, miss, is that yours on the floor right there? And then they'll all stop and be like, what was that? And I'm like, I'm just messing with you. There's nothing there. What's your name? Literally. And they all just laugh like it's a cool icebreaker. And then third will just be like something situational. Like I'll walk up and say something about one of their shirts. Maybe it's a unique shirt or something unique, or maybe something I notice about the group that's, you know, kind of odd, kind of special. Like the last group I approached, which is, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, one of the girls had a different hairstyle than the other ones. And I was like, hold on, she's fucking up the group. I literally just pointed at her and went, hold on, she's fucking up the group. And they all stopped like, what? And I'm like, she's fucking up the group. Look, y'all got the Power Ranger helmets over here, and what the fuck does she have? And they all started laughing, right? So groups are like honestly easier to open than singles, because singles require the girl to go off your energy. But groups, all you need is one girl to laugh. Now the others are laughing, like fucking group thing, right? So yeah, group sets are easier. Honestly, they're great. Give examples of what you can do to make her feel that you're the most important. Well, it all comes down to how you make her feel around you, right? It's how consequential the emotions she feels around you are. So make her feel positive emotions, make her feel negative emotions. If you want more details about this, go and watch my Imprinting 101 video on YouTube. I have an entire video about it. I'm probably going to put this on YouTube later. So if you're on YouTube right now, pause this video, go to the search bar, type in Jace the Pickup Scientist Imprinting 101. Imprinting, IMPRINTING 101. And then you should see an entire video about, you know, imprinting, how it works, the emotional stretching of it, the 7 gifts you can give a woman that make her see you as completely unforgettable, and go from there. It's very easy stuff. The open groups by talking to one girl or opening everyone with the line. So let me ask you this, and I'm asking you this for you because you're a smart guy. What do you think makes you look more charismatic? Trying to pick out one girl out of a group of 5 girls walking around, or literally going in front of them and talking to them as a group? Which one genuinely makes you seem more confident and charismatic? Right? Answer that question. And the more confident one obviously is going to be the better one. Not to mention, it's better for your game going forward, right? If you open just one girl, You look shy, you look timid, but then you kind of lock into that one girl, and then it becomes a chore to move from her to another girl. If later on you find out, oh, she has a boyfriend, but this one over here is single and finds you attractive, right? The fact that you approach her first already makes the others offended. But if you approach all of them, like you just you get all of them on in the conversation, boom, now you have the right to jump from one to the other, and you can qualify all of them even easier. I assume talking to the group, but when you use those openers, aren't they about one of the girls? Yeah, but you're opening the entire, the one I just talked about. Hey, she's fucking up the group, right? She's fucking up the group. The group responds. So I singled her out, but it's still up to the group's, it's still the group's responsibility to respond to that. I didn't go up to her and went, you're very different from the rest of your friends. You have a different hairstyle. I talked to the group. In fact, it wasn't even that I was talking about her. I was talking about her to the group. It was the group I was addressing. I said, yo, she's fucking up the group. Y'all got the Power Ranger helmets going on. Why the fuck is she out here trying to be a Rapunzel? They all laughed, right? But again, they all laughed. You see the point I'm talking about? What about the second line where you say she dropped something? Same thing. Literally, did you drop something over there? Do you think only she will turn back, or all of them? All of them. All of them. Same thing. And I'm like, I'm just messing with you guys. Nothing's back there. By the way, what are your names? Boom. Go from there. Go from there. Let's see. She told me she wanted to go sleep, but we had a playful, deep conversation beforehand, and the vibe was good. I took it as a shit test, LMR. But me not moving, I remembered you saying the one who stays in the one spot controls the frame. Exactly. So I didn't give her much of a serious reaction, and she got mad at me. I should have probably stood up and given her physical affection and calmed her down, but she got more serious because I wasn't responsive to her feeling uncomfortable, and eventually she made me realize I messed up, and it went down just mind blowing the situation. Apologized to her down at the building of her apartment, and she gave me a hug saying she's not planning to ever see me again. Ooh, because she doesn't think I know when she's setting her boundaries, and essentially all the attraction and comfort I built dropped to zero. So yeah, the mistake was social calibration. Yes, but honestly, it was really a frame thing. It was a frame thing, and even now you're falling for it, thinking like, oh, it's a social calibration. So you singular verb. Oh yeah, you can use singular vocabulary to say to all the girls in the plural manner. It's whatever. The entire group is gonna respond to you anyway. And there's another thing you can do if you wanna, going back to that group thing, just to digress a little bit. But you can approach one girl if you want to do it this way. Approach one girl, say the line to her, and then when she gives you that reaction, then you go, don't be rude. Introduce me to your friends. You can do it that way, right? If you're too daunted by the idea of approaching all of them at the same time, approach one and then talk to her a little bit and then go, wait, you're being rude right now. What's wrong with you? Introduce me to your friends. And then boom, now the entire group knows you and knows you're cool, right? That's even better, honestly, for your social proof. Now, back to your original issue. She told you to do something. You didn't do it. Sure, that can be seen as bad. Sure, that can be seen as a social calibration issue. The real problem, though, is the fact that you apologize for it. That's the problem. You are allowed to make your mistakes in game. You are never allowed to acknowledge them. You just made me give away one of the more advanced laws of the game. So, congratulations. For those of you on this live, and those of you that see this on YouTube, congratulations. That is one of the advanced laws of the game that you have to abide by. You can make all the mistakes you want to make in your game. Never acknowledge them. Never acknowledge them. The only exemption to that rule is when you're acknowledging them on purpose to show her that you have the ability to be socially calibrated. Remember that example I give you guys all the time about how I'll approach a girl a little too aggressively on purpose? And I'll enter her personal space on purpose. And then stop myself and be like, whoa, I apologize for that. Take a physical step back and be like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get him that close. Why do I do that? To show her, right, on a subconscious level, that I have the ability to stop myself from doing something bad. That I have the ability to catch myself when I'm making a mistake and self-correct. That is a subtle way to demonstrate social calibration, right? However, even in that situation, I'm not doing anything to like, subjugate myself to her, subjugate myself to her, and like, oh, I made this terrible mistake. Oh no, this is the worst thing ever. Oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't act correctly. I'm still just like, oh, my bad, I didn't mean to do that. I got carried away. My bad. Anyway, and then boom, change the subject. What's the difference between purposefully being socially calibrated versus apologizing? It's how apologetic you are about it. Saying my bad or I'm sorry and then moving on immediately is one thing. Making her give you a it's okay after the apology is what makes it bad. Like, if you give an apology and you're waiting for her forgiveness afterwards, you're being apologetic. That is the main difference in my opinion. It's like when again, not to digress too much, but it's the same thing I talked about in my former life where I talked about how to say I love you. You can say I love you anytime you want after the first or second time you have sex with her. It's okay. What makes it bad, why a lot of guys fuck up at it, is the fact that they need an I love you back. That's why they think it's so consequential. When do I say I love you? When can I? Say whatever you want. Just say it and don't give a fuck if she says it back. That's when it's powerful. That's when there's authority behind it. And then make her feel goofy for trying to make it serious. Like, oh, you just said you love me. Shouldn't we talk about this? No, bitch, don't worry about it. I can't love you? Damn. Stop being weird. Stop being weird. Make her feel like the weirdo for trying to acknowledge that it's a serious situation. Bring that back to this type of thing. It's the same mindset. It's the same mindset. If you need forgiveness for your apology, you're being subjugating. You're being apologetic. But if you just go, oh, I'm sorry about that, my bad, and then immediately change the subject, you maintain your power. You show your social calibration, but then you also maintain your power. Okay? So the thing is, I was nonchalant about it at first, but she stayed defiant, so I was a bit shook. That's the problem. You became shook. You should have stayed that way. And in fact, you should have challenged her and be like, listen, I get it. You're probably pissed off at me right now because I'm not doing something you want, but you're going to have to get used to this. I'm not the kind of guy that's just going to do something because you try to talk to me with your eyes. If you want something, let me know. Right? Challenge her to because think about it. You should be more pissed about this. It's bullshit. She waited for you to fuck up in the room in her house and then waited all the way till you left her house to now tell you what you did wrong and announce to you she's never going to see you again. That's fucking bullshit. Call her out on that. That's what you should have done. Like, listen, I can tell you're pissed about something, but clearly I don't know why you're pissed. So you share with the class, like, let me know what's going on. What is this? I'd rather you communicate with me like a woman than pout like a child. I don't fuck with any of this. And then it's now on her to communicate with you and be like, listen, I actually don't like this, boundaries, blah, blah. And then even then, when she comes up with whatever fucking boundaries she wants to set for you, then you go, boundaries? The whole reason I'm here right now is because I thought we don't need any of those between each other. I thought we liked each other. No, well, I just feel like uncomfortable. Well, okay, you feel uncomfortable, that's fine. I'll leave. It's whatever. But it's kind of weird you would feel uncomfortable around the guy that you've been feeling comfortable with up to this point. But it's fine. I'm gonna get out, and then you can get out, and then you can bounce. Which, ironically, what will usually happen at that point is them going, no, wait, please don't. Right? Because, again, women, right? When you want something, they don't want to give it to you. So if you want to stay, they want to kick you out. If you want to leave, they want to make you stay. Women. So, yeah, it's like you allowed her to control the narrative, is what I'm trying to point out. It's the framing issue. That's why I called it a framing issue. She said she was uncomfortable in her room already. She said she's not seeing me afterwards. Same difference, bro. When she said she was uncomfortable, you probably went, oh, I'm sorry for making you uncomfortable. Oh, I didn't mean, like, you should have just gone, oh, my bad. Didn't realize I was impeding on your existence here. I apologize. Anyway, I guess I got to bounce now. I'll see you later. And then book it. Be the one that leaves with the last word. Like, you have too much history with this girl for things to end like this. And that's why I know you allow her to carry the frame on. Because it's typical women, dude. Like, when you let them have the power, this is the kind of shit that happens. Things just go out of crazy. Right? Oh, now my emotions are crazy. Now I'm too uncomfortable around you to, I'm so uncomfortable around you now I need you to leave the house. This is the girl you were inside of just now. You see what I'm saying? So you let her run crazy. You let her run wild. That was your fault completely. You should have taken control of the situation, called her out on her bullshit, bounced, and then you bouncing, she'll run after you and try to drag you back. It happens all the time. Just understand it's the power they want. And I was just like, what were you talking about? I didn't even notice. Okay, that's bad. I didn't even notice is bad because that shows a lack of social calibration. Right? You should have said, I can tell you're uncomfortable. I just don't know why. That's different than saying, I can't even tell you're uncomfortable. That's bad. That's bad. All right? So now I might be siding with her a little bit when she says she doesn't want to see you again. I mean, I still attribute that to her going crazy with the power you gave her. But yeah, that's bad. Don't ever tell a woman you can't notice something about them. Right? It's unfair that women want men to read their minds, but by God, you better. And it's not hard, honestly. So, literally, don't ever say that again. That's why I said it was a social calibration thing at first. I had no idea. Sure. But, again, it's still a framing thing, if anything. If you took control of the frame, it wouldn't have mattered that you didn't notice. It's the frame that was the issue. Most of it was really the frame. Like, yeah, social calibration, work on that, obviously. But it was really the frame. It was the frame. You can be very successful with women if you have no social calibration, but you have amazing frame. Oh, thanks for the heart. Appreciate that. You can literally do that. You can brute force your way through a lot of weird game scenarios with nothing but good frame and fucked up social calibration. Now, the social calibration thing will catch up with you eventually. It will. That's why I tell you guys, work on your social calibration. Get around women. Get used to talking to women. Get used to being around them and understanding them and seeing how they behave. Right? But honestly, it's 80% frame, guys. It's frame. It's who controls the conversation and where they're leading it. You could have used good frame, to make her think that she wasn't uncomfortable around you. That's what I would do. I would literally be like, "Oh, you're not uncomfortable around me. You're just excited. I get it. I'm sexy. I'm the kind of guy that excites you." But don't misinterpret that to mean like you don't want to be around me. It's just, I get it. I'm the kind of guy that you would feel the need to not fuck up in front of. I get that, but don't think that you not have to get away from me. In fact, I don't mind you fucking up around me. I already like you. I like spending time with you. You're a cool chick. You could never do anything to make me think less of you. It's okay. Boom. All of a sudden, all that anxiety she feels, she reinterprets as positive. Boom. Frame it. It's all about framing, guys. It's always going to be about framing. She was trying to leverage this frame where I looked like which made me hella shook. I know. And again, frame would have changed that completely for you. Change that completely. Like, imagine she said something in that direction. You were just like, all right, okay, this is kind of weird. Because now you're insulting me. What, I need to do that to you? Like, you think I'm the kind of guy that would need to force myself on you? I'm out of here. And then you just walk up and get out. She's going to chase after you. She's going to. You allowed her to pin that on you because you allowed the frame to take it there. You should have controlled that and been like, no, this is weird. You're making me look like someone that needs to do something like that too. Like, I don't need you like that. Like, I'm perfectly okay with never hearing from you again. In fact, I'm never going to hear from you again. And then you bounce. You get out. I promise you, by the time you get home, 20 missed calls. I promise you. Promise you. That's how it works. Sometimes you got to show them that willingness to bounce, man. And it's all part of the framing. Let's see. I already answered that question. Up to date. Up to date. Oh, I already answered that one. My bad. Examples. Oh, did I scroll back up? Okay. I think I'm back on track now. How to become spiritually strong, Christian. You push yourself to do things spiritually that, you're not used to doing. I would say a good place to start is fasting. Because when it comes to spirituality, the best way to enter spirituality or to enter, what's the word I'm looking for here? The best way to operate spiritually is to kill the body. All right. The reason a lot of people suck at discerning things on the spiritual plane is because they live through their senses. And in order to experience these other dimensions, you have to ignore this one. So a good fast will be a good way to practice, you know, desensitizing yourself to this realm. Cutting off, you know, food, TV, social media, your phone, all that good stuff for a good number of days. I would say about 7 days is a good one. That should and allow yourself to enter that spiritual realm of discernment, right? I wish I would have known that was the way to go sooner. Indeed. But now you know. I'm happy you went through that, though, by the way. I'm happy you lost Monica. I'm so happy. Not because I'm happy you lost a bad bitch. I'm happy you went through those mistakes. Because now you'll never make that mistake again, right? So, good. Zahir type beat. Zahir type beat. Zahir type beat is crazy. Let's see. What do you say? Empty your mind. Enter the void. Become one with the wind. So yeah, Zahir type beat indeed. Shout out to Zahir, one of my favorite villains of all time across all fictional stories. I love me some Zahir. I love him. Let's see. Bro, not gonna lie, game has never been so confusing to me like right now. What are you confused about? My job is to demystify game. So you just told me I didn't do my job correctly. What do you need to be, you know, enlightened on? Also, do you think it could get in, hold on. Do you think it could, in any level, by related to her, be related, oh, is that what you meant? Could it be in any level be related to her having low self-esteem? Yeah, for sure. I mean, it sounds like textbook low self-esteem, to be honest. That is exactly the kind of situation you will find yourself in with a girl that's like a 7 and below. Honestly. That's a 7 and below type of behavior. Not to say she doesn't look like an 8 or a 9. I'm just saying that sounds like 7 and below behavior. Maybe she was. But yeah, like, you gotta understand this is why it's dangerous, and this is gonna sound like a weird rant to most men. But those of us that are truly attractive know what I'm talking about. This is why it's dangerous as an attractive man to deal with women below a certain level, because they will drag you down to their level to feel better about themselves. It's like the advice rich people give you about once you get past a certain income bracket, don't deal with like broke people or poor people or people that are still living in survival. There's a reason they give that advice. Because if you're someone that lives in abundance and you're dealing with someone in survival, you're gonna get dragged down to their level, and like they're gonna do things around you that in their minds is short-term selfishness, right? Like what I was talking about before, but it ends up hurting you in the process, right? Being a millionaire with a homeless friend means you're about to get your entire house raided, stolen, and robbed. Essentially. Same thing happens when you're an attractive guy dealing with women you can do better than. They want the validation of being around you. But if they feel, and again, they usually will feel like their self-esteem doesn't match yours, they'll feel like you can do better than them, then they'll go for the next best thing. They'll go for the low-hanging fruit, which is to, for instance, on the extreme levels, accuse you of doing something you would never do. You see how that works? She's this feminist, political, argumentative type chick, I think, that had to do with it also. Okay, why do you think she's a feminist? Have you ever seen a feminist that's a 10? Let's be honest. 10s don't need to be feminists. They're 10s. Equality with men. They already feel like they're better than men. They feel like they're better than most men, at least. Because that's how they get treated. You know who feels like they need equality to men? Women that get ignored by every man. That's the point. Or only get attention from men of a certain level that they don't want, right? So, yeah, like, just don't deal with women that would rather accuse you of grape to make themselves feel better than, you know, just take the L. That's why it's awesome to deal with hot women, beautiful women. That would never happen to you if you're dealing with a chick with high self-esteem. Let's see. Two messages back to back. I'm talking to a girl. I told her if I'm still. Oh damn! I didn't even finish reading that one. Didn't you mention having left leaning girl like that? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I'm not even gonna talk about that one right now. But yeah, yeah. All right. So which one do I read next? So I didn't give her much of a serious reaction. She got me. All right, right now. How does dating app work? How do I get more matches? I explain all that in digital pre-selection. It's quite a thing. Like it's cumbersome, but I explain it all there. When it comes out, I'll let you guys know. I should have. Or should I take pre-orders for it so it becomes cheaper for some of you? I don't know. Should I do pre-orders for digital pre-selection? Pre-orders? Maybe. I'm talking to a girl. I told her if I'm still talking to you, I'll be crazy, but this will happen. What are you? Huh? If I'm still talking to you, I'll be crazy, but this won't happen. What does that even mean? I don't even know what that. I don't know what that means. She replied, "Why? What should I say next?" I don't even know what the fuck you just said. If she's saying why, I'm guessing it's a sort of a push pull that worked. Then I guess give her an ambiguous answer. I don't know how to give you an ambiguous answer, but figure it out. I should have probably stood up and given her physical affection and calmed her down. Oh no. In your situation, you should have just walked out. Walked out. Give her the space she's asking for. Are ice cream, coffee, pool dates okay for the first date? Yeah. Anything low commitment and small or tiny investment. What she got? Oh, yeah, answer that one. Oh, what's going on, Kay? How you doing, baby? What's going on with you, Kay? I already read all this. You're not overly invested. Okay. The mistake was social capital. No, it was it was framing. How to know if a girl thinks you're too much for her? Is she self-sabotaging? Is she self-sabotaging? Well, honestly, the first way to know is, do you think you can do better than her? That would be the first sign, honestly. If you think you can do better than her, then more than likely, yeah. But then also, is she self-sabotaging? You'll know she's self-sabotaging by observing her behavior after you do something attractive, after you do something that should be seen by her as attractive. If you do something attractive, or something amazing, or something, you'll have those times where things happen. You'll send a nice text that makes you look cool, or that makes her perceive you as valuable, or you'll go on a date and everything genuinely goes well, like you push pulled, you qualified her, all that good stuff, like everything went well, and you still notice she's pulling back from you. That's a sign for you to know you were a little too perfect with her, or she feels like she can't compete with the girls around you, or she feels like you can do better than her. Right, so she'll self-sabotage, she'll block you, she'll duck you, she'll ghost you, whatever. She'll do things to try to reject you before you get a chance to reject her. Let's see. I got ghosted by in real life girl. She was shy to make eye contact, gave me IG, but ghosted. Yeah, it sounds about right. Sounds about right. She in her mind, she just went, "Oh my God, he's amazing. I can't keep up with this. I'm out." Literally. And then you'll see them pop up a few months later, maybe on social media, with a new boyfriend, and the guy is not even half of you. Leave her alone. And don't talk shit about the guy either. He got what he deserved, she got what she deserved. You just gotta leave him like that. It's okay. At the start of the date, my mood was great. Everything went well. It was playful, sweet, while still being a protector. But then she started asking me a personal question about girls I used to date, and I gave her a bunch of comfort by answering. So there, I became too much of a provider when I should have stayed in the frame. Oh, see, that's when you lost it. And then later, I did the opposite. You get me? Sorry if this is a lot once, but there's so many things I did wrong. I know there's a lot of things you did wrong, but again, the most important thing you did wrong was the frame. It was just the frame. Just work on that. There's so many elements to game: frame, tension, protection, provider, validation. I'm struggling to focus on all these elements. Don't focus on all of them. Focus on one of them at a time. Literally, this is why I keep telling you guys, when you want to practice your game intelligently, don't think of getting the number. The reason everyone sucks at game is because they keep trying to measure the success of their game by how much validation they got out of the woman. Did I get a number? Did I get a kiss? Did I get a text? Fuck all that. Measure your game by how well you did that one thing. Ask yourself, after the interaction is done, how well did I inject sexual tension? How well did I get her to qualify herself to me? Just work on that one thing and do that over and over again until you're comfortable in it. Okay, cool. I've done that. Work on the next thing. If you happen to get her number, happen to get an invite to come see her again later from her, cool. Nice bonus. Nice symptom of the game. But really, you should be going into your game thinking, okay, how can I do this one thing better? Tension. How can I do this one thing better? Comfort building. How can I do this one thing better? Seduction. How can I do this one thing better? Closing the number. Just take it one stage at a time and you'll be fine. In your opinion, what are the types of women you shouldn't date? In my opinion, every woman can be fixed. It's just some require more work than others, right? But I would say don't date women depending on your own level of skill in the game. Don't date women that'll be too much anxiety for you. Don't date women that will genuinely give you too much stress. All right? I think date women that definitely stress you to some degree, that definitely challenge you. But past a certain point, and again, you're going to have to be intelligent on your own here, right, bucko? Past a certain point, you probably shouldn't mess with women that are too complex for you. Okay? It's very important. Save yourself. Let's see. And after all, in the middle of the date, I was lecturing her a bit on discipline in the gym. She didn't like it, but she needed to hear it. And then once I got back to her place, I went in with escalation again and used the fingers to make her arrive. When probably that should have been my, your what? You know? I figured going for round 2 afterwards, but was then met with the LMR. That makes sense. Low self-esteem, typical. Low self-esteem, typical. Let's see. Alright, that one. Why do people self-destruct? A lack of self-belief. Pretty much. A lack of self-belief. They fuck up their own chances because they believe they don't have a chance. Simple as that. Hobbies, interests, activities. Are you asking me or are you telling me? What kind of hobbies do you like? What are your interests? What are your activities? What? Are you asking me to tell you what hobbies, interests, and activities you should do? Is that what you're asking me right now? You know better than that. Come on now. You don't need me to completely think for you, do you? Let's see. What's up, Jay? How you doing, Barnes? What's going on, baby? Let's see. Bro, we haven't talked in a while. Okay, how long was it since you talked to her? I got that she wants to go sleep stuff and me making her feel uncomfortable, not respecting her boundaries. That's the short version at least. But that's what I reminded of. Did a little self-analyzing, but yeah, still much to correct. Fair enough. I also thought of, I just dated 10s, this wouldn't happen. Literally. I literally tell you guys that all the time. If you date 10s, there's certain problems you just will never experience ever again. A lot of the problems you experience with women, you experience because you're dealing with women of a certain level. If you just dated 8s, 9s, 10s, dude, your life would be so much easier. So much easier. Let's see. Time and money. Time is infinitely more important than money. And the people should never put those two things in the same bracket. Time, you will never get back once you spend it. Money, you can always make back. It's money, it's whatever. But time, you will never make back. Do everything in your power to make sure you separate your time from your money. Let's see. Thank you, Jace. No problem, man. There you go again, user XXX with the only second message. What the fuck are you writing in the first message that TikTok is taking it away every single time? What are you doing, my friend? What are you doing? What are you writing in there? You gotta be more intelligent than that. You have to be more intelligent than that. You have to be. Like, come on. That's like the 5th time. Come on. You gotta be more intelligent than that. That, or it might just be your Wi-Fi. I don't know. And here I am. Oh, yeah, I didn't answer that one. Okay, there's the goals one. I kissed a girl, was her first time. She was really into me. It's night now, and she's online, okay? But instead of text or call like usual, she didn't. I thought she was supposed to flood me with text or calls. Who told you that? Who told you that? Who gave you that false expectation, my friend? Who told you that? Where y'all be getting this from? This should be blowing me sometimes, bro. So you think because you're her first kiss, all of a sudden, she's supposed to like completely attach to you? I don't understand if you were like her first time getting naked. That'd be one thing. Kiss? Come on, dude. Come on. That is so inconsequential. It's ridiculous you even expect anything after that. Let's see. Y'all be getting kissed. That's crazy. With the Russian girl, I also haven't kissed yet. That's fine. You'll get there. By the way, she's seen my story and still left me undelivered. But with her, it was a situational thing. Gotta solve that still. So what are the conditions for kissing? I already answered all this question. That's fine. Here's a skill issue at hand. Indeed. What's up, Jace? I just joined. What's the analogy of the key? The key? Oh, when I said the key thing. Didn't I already kind of like double repeat myself there? You should have gotten the point by now, right? Where I said when it comes to dating, it's all about conditioning. It's all about making sure a few conditions have been met before you do certain things. So don't tell yourself, "Oh, I've waited 3 hours. I can kiss her now." It's not an amount of time that has to pass. It's a certain criteria that has to be met before you begin to do certain things. Okay. I can let myself be as arrogant as I authentically am, but thought it was incorrect. You can, but it'll only work on a certain type of woman. It's not incorrect. It'll only ever work on a certain type of woman. Be ready to completely repulse. Well, not that you're really repulsing them, but they're gonna act like you're not repulsed. But you're gonna turn every woman on by being completely arrogant. But most women are not gonna have what it takes to, believe they can hang with a guy as arrogant as you, right? A woman that believes you can do better and doesn't think better of herself is always going to be insecure around you in like the worst way possible. I remember a long time ago I was dating this 7.5, right? 7.5 on a good day. On a good day, 7.5, right? So it really was a 6. And I remember when our relationship ended. It ended like months later, but this is how I knew the relationship was over. It was when I said something like, I can't remember what it was, but she asked me something, and I answered like in my most arrogant manner. I was like, I'm always looking for more. I'm always wanting better. I'm a greedy kind of guy. I want more. I want bigger. I want faster. I want better. And I could see her face fall. Because it was her realizing, oh shit. If he wants better, what does that mean for me? Now, if you were dealing with a girl with a high and healthy self-esteem, she would think of herself as better. So she wouldn't feel threatened by that statement. In fact, she would feel turned on. But if it's a girl that genuinely believes she can't be better, or she can't improve, or she can't keep up with you, yeah, she's going to self-sabotage after that point. Quick question, might sound dumb, but how do you know... how would you know you turning her on? It's kind of obvious, to be honest. Very obvious. Okay. The best way to answer this question is to tell you to go and turn a girl on. And then you'll see the difference. Because if I were to try to tell you, oh, look out for this, look out for that, I don't want to make one of those bullshit YouTube videos that oh, here's the top 10 signs she's turned on. Like, no, there's nothing that'll teach you better than experience. So go and learn to go and see what it looks like. Makeup is a powerful tool. These 5s and 6s, bro, false advertisement. I don't know what you're talking about, man. I just feel like y'all are used to women. You're not used to seeing really beautiful women. If you were, it'll be very obvious which girls are 5s and 6s, man. It's very obvious. I don't care what kind of makeup they use. It's very fucking obvious. Even if I barely have any 10s, the couple ones I have are probably still better for me, right? Yeah. It's better to have 2 10s than 8 8s. Right, or 27s. It's way better to just have two tens. Way, way better. Let's see. There we go. Why does it feel like girls are trying not to give sex with all their power? Am I doing something wrong? They're gonna withhold it as a form of power, but the only reason they're doing it is because you are doing something wrong. Because you're treating their sex like it's a form of power. The only time women begin to withhold sex, right, is when they know that you value it. When you allow them to see it as leverage, then they'll begin to withhold it. So your job is to not see it as anything. Be willing to leave it on the table and walk away. What's good, Jace? Things been interesting lately. I caught myself smiling at a lot of things that women do. It's like I can read between the lines. Yes, and the good game gives you the power to read between the lines. Let's see. How to become mod? Effort and consistency over a period of time, essentially. I would have approached behind her and had headphones in. That's funny. Let's see. How long have you been live? A minute now. I think like a good hour maybe. I once heard you're not just competing with other guys, but also her environment. Yes, you are. And the way her environment is set up. And sacrifice your soul for what? Let's see. There we go. I call actually to be that took her phone. Oh, right here. No. What's the best way to approach at the gym? There's a cute girl at the gym. The only interaction I had is I told her to watch my stuff because I went to get water, and I told her if someone tries to take it, I will what? I'm sure there's a good line you put in there, but I can't see the other message. If this is a girl you've already had like cordial conversation with, ask her to do that again. I'm going to the bathroom, watch my stuff, and then do that a few times. You can do it a few ways. You can do that a few times to the point where you can go, oh, you know what, you're doing such a good job being my stuff's bodyguard. I should reward you for your, all the work you've done, all the service you've put in. Let's go get some Chipotle. It's on me. Yeah, you can do that. Or you can literally go into a conversation from there and be like, you know what? I keep asking you to watch my stuff all rude like. It's only fair I know what your name is. What's your name? And then boom, you're in the conversation, right? But yeah, from there have a cordial conversation, tease her a little bit, flirt with her a little bit, and then you can take her number at that point, or you can be like, I hope I see you around later, and then repeat that process again another 2 or 3 times before you close the number, which makes it more powerful because clearly the number isn't your priority, right? Let's see. Tried to use it on this girl and got blocked. I said I don't think we'd work. I feel like you're not passionate enough for me. Low self-esteem, makes sense. I keep telling you guys, stop trying these lines on women that would have low self-esteem. You got to try it on the 9s and 10s, guys. 9s and 10s. Let's see. Have you ever had a pregnancy scare, and what should I do since I'm in a pregnancy situation right now? Remain calm and collected. That is the most important thing. Do not make any promises, right? Do not make any concrete promises into the future. Unless, of course, it's a girl you actually like and want to, have your kid. That's cool. But if it's a girl you genuinely don't want to get pregnant, make sure you don't make any promises into the future. Very big one. Do not talk about the future positively. Do not talk about the future negatively. Literally just take it a day at a time. Oh, we'll see how it goes. Let's see what happens. Right? And then on top of that, do not allow her to pressure you into anything. That's why I said be calm and collected. Be calm and collected. Do not allow. Her job is to try to manipulate your behavior to benefit her agenda, whatever it may be. Your job is to make sure that she knows that she can't do that. But yeah. There we go. Already answered that question. Do you open groups by talking? Already answered that question. Jace just booked our call for this Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Should be 10:30 for you. Okay, fair enough. We'll talk then. Dimitri, shout out to you. What about the second line where you say she dropped something? I already answered that one too. Oh, these are all the questions I'm just now getting back. Interesting. We're just taking in the content on YouTube. Came to me that the sucker might be live. Hee hee. That's funny. But I'm here, yeah. I'm reminded to like the live, guys. Lots of value being shared. Indeed, like the live. Oh, 3K likes. I appreciate that, guy. I'm content with anything above 2K, honestly. Thank you. Appreciate that. Let's see. Got the left 1K likes. So that's all you just saying? I appreciate that, man. Thank you. He should have doubled down. It's the same with cheating. You apologize, it's over. Exactly. See, Dimitri gets it. The moment you apologize for your mistakes, you're fucked. You're fucked. You can acknowledge them. And you can say sorry for them. But don't be apologetic about it. Let's see. Not gonna lie, I'm glad I knew the advanced law. It really does help, and it's one of my favorites for sure. Me too, honestly. It really is. Let's see. A girl can challenge me and try to make me feel like a bitch all they want. I'll never break. Never. We don't negotiate with these terrorists, right? Let's see. You just gotta make sure you can sit down with her and talk. That's why I said. Oh, fair enough. Left me on red but liked my story. I wouldn't take that to mean anything. Honestly. If she left you on red, she doesn't want to hear from you. She maybe forgot about you. Text her again, see what happens. How to have female friends without appearing friendly. Without appearing friendly? Like you want to have a female friend, but you don't want to appear friendly. I'm confused. You care to reword that for me? The whole point of having a female friend is to be friendly. Even if it's a girl you eventually want to be romantic with, you still want to keep her in the friend zone and be completely cordial there, right? I love you, bro. Daily heart for you. Oh, I appreciate that, by the way. Thank you. Hey, Jace, is faking jealousy good or bad? Like, you talk to him disgusting or don't talk to him, faking it, just to make her feel like you care that much. In certain situations, it's useful. Very few situations. Especially when you're trying to give your woman assurance, right? If she's a little low in her self-esteem, you want to give her assurance. Jealousy, creating the jealousy plotline, it does help to give them like a little boost of self-esteem, right? But in most cases, it's not a good idea. Maybe that's why Rolo said frame is everything. In a long-term relationship, you're gonna need to be calibrated though. For sure. Like, I'm not saying calibration is not important at all. It is, but frame is like more important for sure. A girl could hold eye contact with me, blushing, TC texting on IG. She hasn't responded. Sure, that sounds about right. Yeah, that sounds about right. Just because she was doing all those things doesn't mean you made a massive impact in her. Right. A better sign would have been if you said she looked shocked. That would be a better sign that she would talk to you later. Facts, I agree. So, frame over social calibration, indeed. You're supposed to feel led on. Got topped like 2 minutes later. Let's see. I beat Raw after. Now I got a pregnancy scare. What to do? That's funny. But yeah, I think I answered that question though. Just don't give any assurances into the future. She's a feminist, political. Oh yeah, that one too. Bro didn't even say no, did he? Did I say something terrible? I didn't say no, did he? Oh, Cock did. That makes sense. Cock did. Oh shit, I gotta scroll back up. There we go. I said directly, hello, how are you, with a smile and a positive energy and still got ignored. Why? Because you said hello, how are you? That's why. Why? Don't say that. You might as well have said, can I hold $1? Right? That is the can I hold $1 of greetings. You're trying to get a conversation out of them. Don't. The way to get a conversation out of a woman, and this is going to sound counterintuitive and ironic, but the way to talk to women in a way that makes them want to build rapport with you is to break rapport with them. So don't say, hello, how are you? Say, you know what? You're a very pretty girl, if not for your eyebrows. That will get you a response way faster. Way faster. Stop being nice. Since we should focus on only one element of the game at a time, which one is the most important? There is no most important. Focus on all of them as you go. Like, pick one at a time. There is no most important one. Because if you were to ask me, being biased, I would say, attention is the most important one. And yes, it's very important. But all the others help you in different ways as you go. And getting good at all of them is how you become advanced. That is essentially how you become advanced. You feel me? So get good at all of them. All of them. Just pick the one you think you're the... I would always say start with the ones you think are the easiest for you and then move into the harder ones. You know? Just to give yourself those small initial wins as you go. I think in either tension or frame, focus on both. But you'll kind of be focusing on... Like, both of them are kind of interconnected. So... Every time you deal with tension, you'll be controlling frame. Every time you control frame, you'll be manipulating tension. So it's all in the same family anyway. So yeah. Let's see. I'm talking to a girl. I told her if I'm still talking to you. Already answered that one, and it was kind of weird, wasn't it? Of course, I don't kiss and tell. Just a question how. Yeah, indeed. Let's see. If I see the girl. By the way, shout out to I don't know you, Tamwa and Dimitri. It's right about the breaking report. Same first day, no response. Second day, got responses. Exactly. Like when you want to talk to women, especially out on the street, do not, hey, how are you? Trying to be accommodating and friendly doesn't work. It just doesn't. It's not even a matter of opinion. And it's not that there's anything wrong with these women. There's nothing wrong with them. It's just biology. Why would they talk to someone that wants something out of them? As opposed to the person that behaves like they don't need them. Again, it's the difference between a homeless man asking you for $1 versus a rich man asking you for $10. Even though the sacrifice is greater, $10 to $1, you're more likely to obey or go along with or comply to the richer man. Because the rich man doesn't need you. He doesn't need your $10 either. Right? And that's why you're more likely to give it to him. So it's just that. It's like reverse psychology on steroids. They only want to give you stuff you don't want. They'll shower you with it, or they'll take from you that which you need, right? Ooh, donuts, thank you. But yeah, that's women 101. Not being needy without asking for compliance literally changes everything. It does, man. I cannot even tell you enough how. This is why I keep telling you guys, go and practice talking to girls in a way that's in a nonchalant, non-needy type of way. When I tell you guys, tell her I love you and then don't expect anything back. What do you think I'm trying to teach you? Same exact lesson. You can tell a woman I love you as quickly and as soon as you want to. It doesn't matter. Just don't expect an I love you back. And stop acting like you expect an I love you back. No, so what? I love you, so what? Ooh, we gotta talk about it now. Shut up, we don't. Shut up. Eat your food. Treat it like it's not a big deal. That's it. Always talk to women like you don't care if they respond or not. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Haven't you had this? Oh yeah. Have you had this one chick like that was a 10? You mentioned, of course. What were we talking about there? I don't know. If I see the girl that ghosts because I'm too hot, should I talk to her or apply pressure? Not that it will work, you know. Or is she scared to talk to me? She's scared to talk to you. She's literally scared to talk to you. So, I mean, you can apply pressure in person, it'll work. But once you have to, like, leave her presence and go over the phone, what I would do if I were you, if you meet her in person, do something that makes her see you as a little more human. Makes her see you as more consequential. Makes her see you as someone she can build a little comfort with, you know? The feminist leftist 10 shorty. Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, but yeah, that has happened. Again, just because she's a physical 10 doesn't mean she has the self-esteem of a physical 10. Unfortunately, not all physical 10s think like 10s, and you can always tell. I've had to tell one too many beautiful women, you're not acting like a beautiful chick right now. You sound like a fat bitch. What are you doing? I've had to say that more times than I care to remember. It's unfortunate. The Nancy Pelosi story, yeah, that was her. Crazy chick too, man. But yeah, happens. Where did I talk about that? I think I talked about that in the self-belief course, right? Let's see. Apply pressure, eye contact, I mean, all those things matter, but again, it's making yourself seem more real to her in person. You should do a pre-order, bro. Builds urgency and scarcity around the product and exclusivity too. Fair enough. I will. Yeah, self-belief is more than sex. Exactly. All right, I'll start doing pre-orders for digital pre-selection because it's about to be out. So it'll be like a couple of weeks of that, and then it'll launch officially. I'd much rather improve my game first through cold approach than move to online, right? Yes, please, yes. Everything you learn online will not translate to cold approach, but everything you learn in cold approach will translate perfectly to online. Same principles. Different execution, same principles. You realize it along with sex hypnosis as one-on-one, right? Yes. Release, not realize. You release, yes. It'll be 2 tiers. It'll be, you can get digital pre-selection on its own, or you can get it with sex hypnosis with like a small fee attached to it. Let's see. Watch it. I started doing the Don Juan method, basically approaching anything that moves. Good luck, man. But I'm being blasted with rejections. Any help? That makes sense. 6 and above, by the way, sometimes 5s. You're clearly doing something wrong with your game, which is why you're getting blessed with rejections. I don't know what you're doing. How are you approaching these women? Like, tell me, start with that. Let me know what you're doing on these approaches. Let's see. How you know you're healed. The same things that triggered you in the past don't trigger you anymore. I'm back. I'm doing student aid for college. Fair enough. Welcome back. Is it normal to not feel like a man or protector when you have to answer to your parents? I don't feel in control of what I want to do. Yeah, that's very normal. In fact, that's your biology telling you you're not in control quite yet. If you were, you would feel like you don't have to answer to nobody. And then, as a result, no one will treat you that way. Start doing more communicating. Let's see. I dealt with this self-sabotaging girl recently, and oh my god, the amount of stress she gave me was unbearable. I bet. What's up, Brave Science? It's your favorite ruffian in this bit. Dude, where the fuck have you been? It's been a while since you were in my life, man. How you doing? User 5555. I'm so tired of calling you that when I know your real name. But how you doing, man? How you been? Let's see. Oh, you missed our last call. We got a new call coming up. You gotta be there. You gotta be on the next one because I know you have a lot of value to add, a lot of cool questions to ask too. We do a group chat call, so yeah. Boo this. You guys want to boo him? Yeah, let's boo this man. Boo. Yeah, why not? Boo him. User 5 in the group chat? Yes, he is. I know for a fact. I put him in there, didn't I? I did. You don't think he's in the group chat? I'm pretty sure I added him. He probably hasn't talked there yet, but he's in the group chat. I'm pretty sure he's in the group chat. He's how do I say his real name? He's the guy that starts with an S. Don't say his name. God damn it, Ryu! You defeated the point of why can't I speak English today? You defeated the point of anonymity on the internet by saying his real name. Delete that message. But yes, that's him. Yeah, that's him. Let's see. About the girl that ghosted me, that was blushing. I deleted the message and stopped following her. Good, very good. I mean, actually, not good in that situation, because all you're doing is putting even more distance between you and her. You got to do something to show her you like her, dude. Doing that is the opposite. Yeah, he's that guy. Literally, he's the guy that sent you guys that whole thing one time. The book, I think. Let's see. I'm gonna wait for a few days to continue. Then I know she really thinks I'm a too much. Literally, just talk to her. Like, be human with her. Send her a voice note or something. You have to be your own man, indeed. All right, sir. Another thing that confuses me in game are, okay, balancing two opposites that are both important. Like the nuance of the paradox of game. Yeah, accept it for what it is. Don't allow it to confuse you. Just accept it for what it is. Do both in equal measure. How do you unpin? I don't even know, honestly. I don't think I've ever pinned a comment before. Let's see. Let's get a whole nigga. Giddy up, cowboy, and take control of your destiny. Indeed. I also thought if I just dated tens, yeah. I have no leverage since they provide for my existence and keeping me alive. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. You're still young too, so you don't even have much to worry about there. But think about it like this. Make sure that they're the only people, like one of the few people in your life that you do have to answer to. Especially for your level right now. He only knows how to pin girls up to the wall. yes, I do. But yeah, don't beat yourself up too much, Neb. It's okay. You're still their son. You're still living in their house. It's fine. But begin to practice now to have some, control over some things in your life. Live, love, Sammy. Indeed. Indeed. Let's see. Balancing two opposites. Oh yeah, I read that one. What's a good age where a woman doesn't have much trauma and influence her to be a perfect wife? All ages. All of them. I mean, too much trauma is relative depending on your own skill in the game. At my skill level, there is no fucking age limit for me. But I would say for most men, I guess stick to women under the age of 22. Try your luck there. But see, that's the thing though. It's bad advice no matter how you slice it. Because in the world we're going into now, the world we're living in, dude, these girls are coming out of high school with like a 50 body count. Like, that's normal now. I don't know if you knew that. So, try to find a woman that's young with no trauma. Good luck. Good luck. The only solution you have from this point now is to get your skill level so high that the traumas that you've experienced don't matter. Don't matter. You feel me? What's the worst part of dating in your opinion? What is the worst part of dating? It's very hard for me to think of a worst part because dating has been good to me, obviously. But worst part of dating. Worst part of dating. I'll say this part because it was really hard for me to master. Texting. Texting was really confusing at first for me. Very, very confusing. And I still think of texting as the worst means of communications. The worst way to communicate, for sure. Like, it's terrible. So yeah, I guess texting, if you want to call it the worst part of it. But again, I'm good at it now, so. And then once you get good, you kind of see how silly it was to not be good at it in the first place. The reason a lot of men are bad at texting is because they see texting as something consequential. You should treat it like a game of Tetris, man. Just let the pieces fall as they may. You'll be fine. You know? I can be gangster, but I'll definitely lose hella resources and assistance. And then be okay with losing that. And that's how you earn their respect. How can I be the greedy protector but still not caring about the compliance they give you? By not being greedy about the compliance. Simple as that. Like, be greedy about what you want. But then don't attach that greediness to their compliance. Attach your greediness only to the things that you want that is outside of them. Does that make sense? Arash said that in his last live too, that texting is BS. That makes sense. We all hate texting deep down, but you just got to get good at it. You know, like it's such a weak form of communication. Human communication is primarily body language. It's 70% body language, and then, you know, the rest of it is like eye contact, tonality, and then very few of it is the actual words you're conveying. So yeah, shout out to Arash. That's why DMing is really hard in the front. Yes, it is. It's ridiculous. Go away. Or how do you give her comfort without willing to attraction too much? Without willing attraction too much? Oh, you mean without killing attraction? Simple. You don't have to worry about not killing attraction. If you give her so much comfort that you kill attraction, that's fine. You can always overcorrect and give more attraction. That's fine. Don't think about not hitting the extremes. The irony to it is if you're trying not to hit the extremes, you'll end up hitting the extremes and not being able to get out of it. The best way to move through it is just be okay with hitting the walls. Be okay with it. And then if you do, overcorrect from there. Jason, the next call, I'm going to make sure Mr. 505 is in there. Good. Please do. What's up, Jace? How you doing, man? Don't be full-on disagreeing like a full-on protector, but mostly and sometimes do what they want, but the least annoying ways. That's one way to put it. You gotta do a litmus test for compliance. Indeed. Use out of XXX. Thank you. Oh, no problem, man. Quick question. Might sound dumb. Oh, I didn't answer that one. Never out trying to master, but do what you can, bro. Hopefully you get it better later on. You work towards it too. Let's see. One girl that's a 10 or 50 girls that's 8, arguably still picking the 10s. Literally, always pick the 10s. Better to have few 10s than a lot of 7s. Let's see. Did you hear Post Malone about to drop a diss on Kendrick? That's funny. Yo, my bro, how you doing, man? How you doing, Iman? Does overcorrect law means to not do too much or to actually do extra? It means when you've done extra, to do extra to get out of it. Right? So if you're too nice to a woman and you realize that you've gone too far in being too nice, overcorrect to be a bad boy to get back to the middle. So don't just start doing some small bad boy things here and there. Do the most bad boyish, most rugged bad guy thing you can think of to come back to the middle, so that she can know you have equal parts nice and equal parts bad boy. Fun fact before I leave: 10 cheat very, very seldom when they say it's very hard yes. Literally. Like, I always tell people when they say it's very hard yes. Literally. Like, I always tell people, 10s have a higher barrier to entry than other women. The women who throw themselves around all the time, 7s and below. Because for them, it's novelty, right? For them, it's a rare occasion to have a man of a certain caliber be interested in them. So they want to take all those opportunities as much as they can. But 10s say no to those opportunities all the time. Can you go more in depth about the credit frame? What should I? Oh, I already answered that one. My girl likes to disappear anytime I check her. 2-3 days. I'm currently leaving her undelivered for 5 days. How else can I punish her? Didn't I already answer this question in the last live where I said literally go online and show yourself doing things and being on a new date with a new girl that she sent a message across? You gotta show her that not only do you have the willingness to replace her, you gotta show her like there's opportunities for her to feel competition anxiety here. You feel me? Let's see. I feel like had I destroyed her frame, she would just have gotten insecure and cried. That would have been better than how it ended, honestly. The gym question came up like every 3 to 4 lives. I know the whole strategy. Good. It does come up that often. Gym question, check mark. Yeah. Probably if I broke the frame, I'd just become unattainable to her, but losing her isn't a loss, honestly. I'd rather you lose her in that way than in the way that you lost her. Always lose women with power, not with them having the power. I wonder if we get a stream without that question. Probably not. Probably not. And I'm happy whenever we get it, though, to be honest. That means the guys are actually going to the gym. I'm like, I can't complain about that. You know? Hey, at least they working out? Exactly. They are working out. What was the advanced law again? Never apologize for your mistakes. The exemption is that if you do apologize, make sure you don't do it apologetically. Today was gaming this girl. She had a glow up, 8 now. She couldn't manipulate me. I love bombed her, and then she blocked me. Is that a classic example of lacking self-esteem? Yes, very classic example. Whenever you love bomb a woman, again, it depends on the kind of guy doing the love bombing. But for you, Ryu, if you love bomb a woman and she like sees that as a red flag, that means she's not used to good things happening to her. So yeah, low self-esteem. Any man recently got with, a man, that's what you wrote, not any man. A man recently got with, thanks for the roses, by the way, Cosmin. A man recently got with, in an argument is what you meant to say, with a girl a couple weeks ago in school because I didn't like what? You didn't like the what? Okay, now she's acting all nice to me. I don't know what she's trying to do. She's trying to get back a good friend because don't like her leading the relationship. I don't know what she's trying to do. If I had to guess, she sees some kind of value in you, and she's trying to get back on your good side to extract that value. Do with that information what you must. Should you do your best to look scarier or more handsome to attract the 8s, 9s, and 10s? Either will get you both, honestly. More scarier, you just want to look like a protector. You just want to look like you can hold your own. You want to look like you have the capacity for danger. Being handsome, in a weird way of thinking about it, is a subtle way to demonstrate that. How to work the IG game, but when she shows attention first. You make sure there's a lot of time between each message, and then you qualify her. How was life in Lagos? Stressful, but fun, man. It was a lot of fun. Let's see. And ask if what can I do to make her first impression or game her in a situation? Didn't I already answer that question? Is it LGBT to send roses to a man? No, it's not. It is not. It's only gay if you send a card with it. Let's see. Since we should focus on only, already answered that one, didn't I? Yes, I did. Uh-oh. Sorry, guys. My messages, like, just literally cut. It's like when there's too many messages. When there's too many messages, TikTok literally cuts off a certain portion and makes the others disappear. So I might be reading this from a little too soon, or I might have just completely lost a bunch of your messages. My bad. I'm gonna start from here because I can't scroll any further up. You gotta be careful with breaking rapport to not look like you're roasting her or that you're disinterested. True. But again, that's where playfulness comes in. If you can say the most harsh thing, if you're being playful, you're fine. Jace, can you confirm the call on your end? I'm just double checking. Oh yeah, sure. I'll confirm all that. If you got the package and all that, you should have my phone number, and then you should be able to text me anyway. So just hit me up with my phone number. Let's see. Also, make sure you actually went through the process of getting, my call schedule, because there's the part where you schedule, and then after that you have to click a small link that'll lead you to the part where you actually pay for the call. So do with that information what you must. I'll pin where the cutoff is, Pookie Bear. Appreciate that, man. Thank you, Pookie. Can you say to a girl you would be very attractive if not of your height, or if I feel like it hurt my neck? Say, yeah, you can. Like I say something to my girlfriends all the time too. So like literally, and they remember it and they'll bring it up later, which is kind of funny. But yeah, say that. But the thing is, you've never explicitly said that in regards to compliance before that video, the feminist leftist 10 shorty chick. Really? The nasty. I have. I'm pretty sure I've said it. Like, yo, not every 10 behaves like a 10. I've said that to you, in fact. I'm pretty sure I've said that to you. Like, haven't I talked about Kylie Jenner bitches? Where I talk about girls that used to be not very attractive, then through like plastic surgery or whatever the fuck, they get hot, but then, you know, their psychology hasn't caught up to their physiology yet. You know? Haven't I talked about that? I've talked about that. Did I make the right decision to leave my girl? I started the break, but during the break, she left me for an older man with more money. Okay? I don't think that's the question you should be asking me, though. You're asking me if you made the right decision because you're hurt and you want confirmation that you did the right thing. You might have done the wrong thing. With that said, though, I don't think she's a bad person because she chose up. Right? I will say, though, it is kind of telling that what she believes is a better option than you is an older man that's got more money. That makes you look worse. Because if all a dude has to be is older and richer than you to take your bitch, damn, how bad were you to her? How useless did she see you as? How terrible were you in her mind? Holy shit. You think older, richer guys don't hit on my girls all the time? They do. They just don't leave because I'm better than that. It's so easy to be better than an older, richer guy. Like, sex appeal alone destroys that completely. So what the fuck were you in her mind? I'm very curious now. Pookie, the 10 thing and the neediness compliance are different things. Oh, okay. Fair enough. My bad. Neediness compliance. What were we talking about there? Remind me of the thing I didn't say explicitly. You talked in an old video. I said you've never spoken on not to be needy when it comes to compliance. Oh, fair enough. You know what? You're very right. And while I was filming compliance, I remember thinking that too. Like, oh, I've never actually said that before, like out loud. Huh. My bad, guys. And that's why I made the series. So I've corrected my mistake. Well, it's not a mistake. Just, you know, I omitted that without even realizing. I thought it was, you know, implied. But yeah, make sure when you ask for compliance, you don't need the compliance you're asking for. Because the more you need it, the less you get it. It's Women 101, okay? Let's see. Oh man, I was always so greedy with compliance and wondered why it didn't work. Oh, I see. That's. I will take responsibility for that. I should have just told you guys from the jump, like, yo, make sure when you ask for the compliance, you are not needy for it. You're not needy for it. With anything you ask of a woman, always behave like you don't need it. I spoke about this with Asil yesterday in all of our game. So many mistakes because of that one fact. Oh, damn. It was that one tiny thing that I was forgetting to tell you guys. That's my bad, guys. That's on me. I'm going to drop some dark game in the chat just for that. Just as an apology. That's on me. My bad. But yeah, that's like a very important part about compliance. Never be needy about it. Let's see. You'll release it along with... that one. That's what most men don't understand. Just because she's physically attractive doesn't mean she has a self-belief like one. Yes. That is a lesson I had to learn several times the hard way. Holy shit. You will find a lot of beautiful women in this world that behave like they're ugly, man. It's crazy. What are you guys referring to? Referring to not being needy about compliance, right? You will make a lot of mistakes if you require compliance of women, but you always feel like you need the compliance. That's why I always tell you guys, whenever you ask for compliance and you don't get it, indicate disinterest back, and then, you know, ask for a different kind of compliance. The moment you start asking for the same kind of compliance over and over and over and over and over again, it'll make her feel like she now has leverage over you because of that one thing. So now she'll do her best to withhold that thing. You feel me? The context clues were there. I just didn't say it out loud. My bad. I can't wait to talk to the next 100 girls to try that new info out. Indeed. And that's the best thing about game. When you find a new patch or a new glitch in the game, you want to test that out. Let's see. In the group chat. No, you're not in the group chat, Cosmin. Not yet. You're getting there though. I see your commitment. Actually, you should be there. You and Cosmin and who else? There's someone I'm thinking about right now that isn't there. Cosmin, it'll come to me. Not Profilo. Profilo's almost there, but not Profilo. Cosmin and someone else. I'll remember the name. But Cosmin right now, go to my Instagram, hit me up. We'll put you through the initiation process. No boons. Why are you sticking up for your man Sammy, by the way? What's that about, Pookie? Genuinely speaking, that one video is equal to hours of other contents you've made. For real? Alright, I'm happy you feel like that's that much value to you. Go and use it. See what you get. I gotta be in there. Yeah, keep putting in work, Onyx. Keep putting in works. Oh, you are him. Yes, he is. We call him Stockholm. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, indeed. I mean, that's where he is. So yeah. He is surrounded by the baddest white bitches on earth. So I've heard. Let's see. Stop putting his identity, indeed. Can you delete messages here? Let me delete that. Pin, mute, block. Oh, I can't even delete the message. Oh well. Type shit. Ambush, that's who it was. Cosmin and Ambush. Both of you, go hit me up on IG. We'll see if you can go through the initiation process to join the group chat. Let's see. Do a flip. That's funny. Do I need to redo the process? The card is declining. The process? You should have a link there. You know what? It's fine. I'll send you the link directly because you might be confused about how to go from that link to the major sales page. Because you're probably still in the main GoDaddy page. You should go to Samcart after that. There should be a link that goes, click this link here to complete your payment. Click that link. And then you should go to Samcart and then you can pay from there. Something like a brother to me, man. We talk almost every day. You guys are very similar too. So I'm not surprised by that. That makes a lot of sense. He should be your number one Pookie Bear. I won't be mad at that. Let's see. Oh, I gotta go soon, guys. I gotta get out of here. What's what's going on, Megan? I remember you, Megan, right? That was Megan, the same chick from before. I remember you. How you doing? Let's see. True, I still can't text if my life depended on it. Yeah, I feel you, man. You'll be there for a while, but you'll get out of it. Nah, man, you're the sensei. He's the lieutenant. Indeed. I think him, Kay, Carlos, and I feel like there's one more person in there. Oh, I haven't had a J yet. I'll add J later. But they should be my major lieutenants, and then you'll be my first cadet. Let's see. So I hate texting even though I'm good at texting women. For real. I still hate it. I'm good at it. I still fucking hate it. It's such a terrible... We made a mistake by allowing women to think that's a substantial means of communication. We fucked up, guys. Let's see. I read that one. Already read that one. Looking back, Monica is probably an 8 in looks, but a 5 in self-esteem. Who doesn't want to show it? Yes, probably. Uh, can you talk about asking for compliance but not appearing needy about it, like in detail? What detail is there to talk about there? Just follow this very simple rule. Whenever you ask for compliance, be completely okay with not getting it. Be completely okay with not getting it. That should be your general attitude. Whenever you ask for any bit of compliance, be okay with not getting it and be okay with indicating disinterest afterwards. In the future, I want this crew to be bigger than RSD. That's my plan. I document everything. Bet. Appreciate that too, man. Let's see. Is it lagging for anyone else? Should you phrase it in a way that comes off with nonchalance? Exactly. You should learn to ask for compliance in like a playful way. Everything surrounding women should always be playful. Always. Oh, like if you inject playfulness, I really do believe like that's the main superpower to compliance. If you inject playfulness to everything, it just makes everything makes everything less committal, lower investment, but it also makes everything non-consequential, right? So you just ask for it like it's not a big deal. You feel me? Very important. I just did it 21 times. Oh, sending roses? That's funny. Let's see. Let's see. TikTok skips my messages again on my questions. Okay. Either this or Jace have to leave and they don't get answered. That's funny. Pookie the 10 thing and the... Oh, yeah. Different. I said you've never spoken on not to be needy when it comes to compliance. I remember that one too. I texted a girl, "You're very beautiful. Your nose is a little big though." 5 messages of complaining plus block. That's funny. Yeah, sounds about right. You're dealing with girls that can't handle that level of joke. If you want to talk to girls like that later, pull it back a little bit. Instead, be more vague. You're a beautiful girl, but there's something about you I can't trust. Something more vague makes it less impactful. Let's see. Nah, that's crazy. I texted a girl I thought you're more interesting and then asked her a question about herself, okay? And she got offended, blocked. She didn't even get herself to her quality with my question. To qualify my question. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Make sure I made mistakes. Not gonna lie, I'm starting to value self-belief a little bit more than looks. Self-belief is how you create looks, honestly. So yeah, it's infinitely more important. It's not even close. I don't care how good looking you are. If you don't have self-belief, you're fucked. It's infinitely more important. I know for a fact our system is better designed because we are the latest model. Indeed. Let's see. Generally speaking, that one video is alright. Yeah, that one too. And I'm happy you feel that way. How important is it for guys to desensitize themselves to validation? It's less about desensitizing themselves to validation, and it's more about desensitizing themselves to tension. Because the reason you need the validation is to make the tension go away. That's what people don't seem to realize. People seek validation from women, not just because it feels good to get validated by women, but primarily because they don't want to feel bad around women anymore. Right? So it's not necessarily the validation that men are seeking. It's the relief from the tension. So the real thing is, how important is it to be desensitized to tension around women, to feeling anxious around women. And that is essentially the foundation of game. It's that important. Tension is everything. The manipulation of tension is one of the many definitions of game. The manipulation of tension in your body, the manipulation of tension in her body. Right? So it's that important. Very important. As in, go back to the link tree. I'm on the same. Don't worry, I'll send you the link. You'll pay from there. I got you. I'll send it to you later. JC said I'm a beginner. I hope the initiation doesn't require me to take a girl to make a girl change religion for me or something. It's not that hard. No. Hi Jay. Stop trying to get my attention, Megan. Go away. Hush. I already saw you. Actually, you probably wrote that, and I wrote that later, but it's fine. I forgive you. We still need the dark game course, bro. I'm going through a few revisions in that. I've kind of stalled on that one, because I'm going through a few revisions on the dark course game, and I can't speak on the revisions because that'll be giving you some more dark game. But yeah, it's going through some changes, some much needed changes. Let's just call it that. Back end course too, yeah. I'm thinking about adding the back end course to the interview light. I don't know. We'll see about how that goes. What's your take on instant dates? They're good if you can frame them correctly. The biggest problem I've always had with instant dates is that it kind of kills your image in her eyes. Because one of the biggest things about your time and your attention and how important it is your ability to distribute it correctly by having the excuse of I'm a busy guy. I have time for other things, but not particularly you. Going on an instant date pretty much tells her, oh yeah, I have the time of the day to do this. Like, oh yeah, you're so important to me, I can set my day aside just to talk to you and go on a date with you. I don't like it. If you want, let the group help you out with the dark game course. One is better than the more minds on it. True. It's better when there are more minds on it. You're right. I'm actually thinking about giving you guys some parts of it to edit for me too. That might be useful. Let you guys cut into some of the profits and shit. I don't mind. But yeah. See how many people in the group chat can actually edit videos and shit. You know, it'd be a good time when Jay smile like that. It is about to be a good time, indeed. Love being in here, sure. In the future, I want this crew. Oh yeah, Rihanna read that. Should you take a woman back who cheated, but you cheated first? Oh yeah, but just make sure she goes through a fuck ton of work to get back in your good graces. There's nothing wrong with taking a woman back under any circumstance, as long as you make her make sacrifices to your altar. That's what matters here. The more crazy the sacrifice, the better. Get her to buy you a car, get her to give you her life savings, get her to fucking quit a job for you, move states for you, change religions for you, change diets for you, like whatever. Make her make sacrifices to your altar. Do you think a left on delivered is the same as left on seen? Essentially, yes. Depending on the app, but it's essentially the same thing. And honestly, left on delivered is worse than left on seen. I'll always say that. Left on delivered means, like, left on seen means she saw it and didn't want to respond for whatever reason. Left on delivered means he didn't even remember you. You didn't even make enough of an impact to be remembered. Terrible. You have more perspective and maybe give more ideas to put in there than you can focus on calls. Fair enough. That's true. That's also very true. That's very true. Let's see. I asked this girl to send me a voice note and she said exactly what I said in a mocking voice. That's funny. That is funny. But like, ignore that message though. Ignore it. Ignore it. I'm back. Hey, welcome back, Nip. Is that her giving me interest? I mean, you can see it as interest. You can also see it as defiance because she just mocked your voice. But I would say reward her and punish her at the same time. It's like one of those nuanced things you do in game. Basically, she did something, but she did it with like what we call what's the word I'm looking for? malicious compliance. That's what she did. You consider it flirting, yeah, but it can also be seen as malicious compliance. However you see it, you know, treat it that way. But you don't want to be naive. It is very telling that she didn't just obey what you said, and instead she gave you some kind of pushback. You see what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. How to come back from a left undelivered. You have to double text at that point, but you got to instigate. You have to instigate. You have to say something that'll force her to respond to you. You feel me? All right, I got to go soon, guys. I messed up with not giving the girl's number, and I don't know if I'm going to see her again. Should I try to follow her on IG? Yeah, you can do that. You can do that. And I know for a fact our system is better designed because we're the latest model, indeed. Change the frame rate to 1080p should help. Fair enough. All right, guys. It's about time I bounce. I gotta go. I can't see the rest of the messages. I love you guys, but I gotta go. I got to go. I'm sorry, but you know I got shit to do. Please go get my course, Self-Belief. It is completely free to register for. If you've already been through self-belief, then you already know the value of what I talk about. So go get my personal dating system called the Interview Lite. It's in this light stage, and if you get it now, you don't have to pay the extra fee for when it upgrades to in the Interview 2.0. Okay. Also, if you want to get in contact with me, schedule a call with your boy. All those links are in the bio. If you want to, you know, read up or watch up on anything. Any topic that I've talked about before, it's best to go to my YouTube, type in Jace the Pickup Scientist in your YouTube search bar, and type in whatever topic you would be curious about, and videos about that should pop up. I've pretty much talked about just about everything there is to talk about in the front end of game. Back end is different. But yes, go on there, get my links in my bio, all that crazy stuff, do what you gotta do. I love you guys, I appreciate you guys. Please talk about, not just talk about, practice the game I give you. It'll be completely useless to you, all this information, if you don't use it. Okay? Please. It's cool to hear me talk, and I talk nice, I know. But trust me, I'll look even cooler if you actually use the information and you see the results for yourself. All right? I love you guys. I appreciate you. Appreciate all the support. Do with all this information what you must.